Alright, welcome back, computer arts students. We are on lesson 13, star arrays, but also lesson 12 is the star. We're just going to import the star and add some rays to it to make it look like it's shooting out from the computer laptop. There we go, just like this, down at the bottom here. So if we go to our autobiographical poster, on our desktop we can click on the star, go in the items folder, click on the star in the PSD file. This will open up. Now, with the star, it's a little small. Let's blow it up, increase the size a little bit. We're at 200% viewing. Now, with the Magic Wand tool, we'll go over here to our Magic Wand tool. Underneath the Quick Selection tool, all we want to do is click on the white space. Okay, so it selects the white area, and we can just delete that. Hit the delete key on your keyboard, the big one. Okay, the large or the backspace button, also known as the delete key. We can deselect this, but simply there we have it. We can drag this off of here, and now all we need to do is take this star with our move tool and move it over to our new space or our artwork. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, there we go. So with our star, it's way over here in our layers. Let's move it above everything else. Okay. And now what we're going to do is hold down the Alt key, and on the Alt key or the Option key, it's the same one. We're going to move over. That's going to create another duplicate copy layer real fast. Okay. And now what we need to do is decrease the size of this. So Apple T or Edit Transform Scale. Hold down Shift to constrain the aspect ratio. And we're going to shrink this down significantly and kind of move it in place. It doesn't have to be that small necessarily, but something like that will work just fine. Double click, and we're good. Now, if you're like me and you want this to look a little bit more realistic, we can go to Edit, Transform, Perspective, and give it a slight perspective on this, so it looks like it's like sitting on the screen rather than not. Okay, that might be a little too much. Double click when you think you have it nice. Apple T again, or Edit Transform, and then we're going to just give it a little rotate here to make it look like it's on the screen. Let's do the same thing to this one. That was our star copy. Let's just name this little star, and let's name this big star. So on our big star, we're going to do the same thing. Edit, Transform, Perspective. This time we're going to give it a little bit more of an angle. I think that works for me. Double click, and then we're going to twist it. Apple T, and then just give it a little nudge there like that. Little twist. That's gonna feel better for me when I'm working. All right, here we go. Now, what we want to do is give this some rays. Notice I made one before. I'll just show you what it looks like. So there's the one I've made before. This one looks like it's going to be a little smaller, but we can always play with the size of the new one that we're making later. Okay, so let me just close the eye on down on that one. And all we're going to do now is let's go to a new layer. Click on New Layer down here. And let's just name this Rays. And what we can do later is merge all of these layers together. So with our polygonal lasso tool, let's start up here, and on our new rays layer we're just going to click once, drag down to this corner, and just mimic the edge. Click here, and then go back up to this edge and finish it off. We can now fill this with a yellow color or orange. Something there like that, that's fine. Click OK. Alright, and there we have that shape. Okay. Now it's behind the big star is at the bottom, so let's move this up like that so it'll be tucked behind. Let's go back to our rays layer. Deselect Apple D or Command D for deselect, or select deselect. Same thing, Command D. And let's just start here again. Let's start at this corner. Click, go to this corner of the star, click. Let's come down to this corner, click once, come up to this corner, click, and finish it off. Why don't we need to do this edge? Can you guys think about that? Think about it. Well, the answer is we don't see it, right? We're not going to see it because of the angle. It's hidden. So all we need to worry about is this one. Okay? So let's fill that in with a new darker tone. Fill color. And let's just pick a darker tone, something in there like that. Click OK. Doesn't have to be perfect. You guys can pick the colors you want and kind of match it to the example that we have. Okay, Apple D for deselect. And let's keep going. Let's create this edge. Click here once, keep going along this edge here, click, click, come back up to here, click, and finish it off. But we're going to match it to this color now, okay? So let's go to Edit Fill, Color, and what we might be able to do is click over here. You notice how I just clicked with my, I didn't push anything, I didn't push any tools, I just went over here and it's going to automatically bring your eyedropper up. Click on this color and it'll give you a new color there. Okay, here's your current, what we currently have, here's what we just selected. Click OK, and voila, now they match. Okay. One last one to do, deselect, start here, click, 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 and click again, and finally, well, now we're going to match it to that color. Edit, Fill, Color, and then go over to our eyedropper, click on that color, click OK, and fill. There we go. Okay, see what happened there? It filled in the whole thing. We want to step backwards. So edit, step backwards, or Apple Option Z or Command Option Z will also do the trick. We want to only fill in but make it look like it's behind. So what I'm going to do is create a new layer and name it Back Ray. Alright. Now I can fill it. Click OK. But all I need to do is move it behind the other things. Okay, there it goes. Now it's underneath. Notice our little star. Let me deselect here first. Notice our little star is kind of there. So let me move this underneath all the Back Ray stuff. There it goes. Now it's gone. Okay, so let me zoom out. For the most part, that's it. That's essentially how we finish off that star. Let's try to go back and see what the initial one looks like. There we go. Okay, not too shabby. Our color's a little bit off, but we can deal with that. Not too bad. Looks pretty good. I like the size and everything it is. Okay, now if I want to duplicate this, let's go over here. My final step for the big star is I don't really need anything more with this, so I could put it in a group, or I could select all of them. So I don't really need to do anything more with these guys. I don't need the big star selected, so I'm just going to select the top four, the ones we just created, and merge layers. Layer, merge layers. So it's one layer. Okay. Now all I need to do is just go to my Move tool, hold down the Alt key, drag another copy over. Okay. Let me step backwards once. Hold down the Alt key, and so click once. If I hold down Shift, it'll after I hold down Alt, it'll automatically keep it where I want it. It's not going to move it up or down in case I'm dragging it over. I want to make sure it's lined up appropriately. Now all I need to do is edit, transform, flip horizontal, and there we have it. I'll hold on the Shift key again, move it in place, just like that, so we're symmetrical. Oops, see what happens when I let go of Shift? Let go of the mouse button first, nudge it over to get in place so it's symmetrical. There you have it. Good luck with the star, guys.